This is a New Human Living production, presented to you by Les Jensen.
Hello and welcome. I'm Les Jensen, the founder of New Human Living. Today we're going to be talking about karma. First of all, what is karma? Well, from the soul level, karma is the lesson itself, the experience itself. To take on karma and learn and understand it, and then to release it and return to your power would be perhaps the simplest way of looking at it. But that's from your soul's perspective. I want to look at karma from our human perspective. When I think about karma from that human perspective, what is karma? Karma is energy stored in your subconscious that creates a propensity or a repetitive pattern in how you're experiencing life. This power in your subconscious was put there bit by bit over time. Some of it can be related to very large events in your life. Perhaps you're a soldier in a war, or you lived through famine or some kind of immense struggle. And when this happened, you ingested or loaded up karmic energy in your subconscious. And what that karma does, when I talk about karma as energy in your subconscious, that energy is not dormant. It is actually radiating out into the universe, and it's attracting to you like-minded experiences that are resonant with that energy in your subconscious. So let's just take that a little bit deeper. I take on karma when I don't accept some aspect of the experience I'm having in the moment. I take on karma when there's some aspect of my experience that I don't accept, that I posture with, that I reject in some way. And when I do that, the energy of the event gets pushed into my subconscious, and the law of attraction starts responding to it. So you can think of karma as a life history of your soul recorded in your subconscious. It's like your subconscious is a personal data recorder, recording every aspect of your life that you don't accept. And over time, over a long period of time, the amount of energy in your subconscious can be very substantial, much more prominent than your conscious energy. And when that happens, then you have this very consistent life experience. It's like you're stuck in a genre. The next question would be, well, why do I care? Well, you don't have to care. It doesn't matter if you care or not. This karmic process is going on 24/7. And the more you understand the mechanisms of it, the freer you become, the more able you are to change your life story. Why do you care? You don't have to care. Millions of people don't pay attention to their karma whatsoever. The universe gladly increments along. The karmic effect is always there influencing your life. So you don't have to care, but if you choose to care, then you take control of your life in a way that you haven't before. You can imagine perhaps that you're on a sailboat and the rudder is bolted down. The direction the ship is going is this straight line, because karmically you have this propensity of going off in this particular direction. To understand karma is to unbolt the rudder and actually have some say in which way your life is going. But until you tend to your karma, having a long-term lasting effect on your life experience is not very probable because of the nature of karma. So the next question would be, how does karma affect my life? That's a really good question. Karma creates repetitive patterns in what we experience. And the way it does this is at such an organic level, at such a root level in our being, that no matter how much we daydream about what our life could be, our unresolved karma can keep us in a consistent life experience. So how does karma affect my life? It removes choices. Karma collapses choices, so you have fewer and fewer choices. Karma also blocks your intuitive information. And what does that mean? Well, in your environment, in the space you're living in any moment, there's intuitive information that would help you make good decisions. And if that information is blocked or masked by your karma, then you don't receive it. You're not conscious of it. You're not aware of it. So you tend to make choices based on your ego's experience. And the ego tends to be a pattern processor. The ego wants to make choices where the outcome is known, where the outcome is predictable. So how does karma affect my life? An example is, I saw a show on PBS where 10 people had won the lottery and they had received an immense amount of money. Well, this show had interviewed them like 5 years later, and 9 out of the 10 people who had won the lottery had defaulted back to their original financial condition. Now that's karma, where you have this consistent life experience even though you desire something else. Karma creates a propensity or a momentum, a probability that your life will turn out a particular way. You can think of it as a straight line on a map. In 20 years, I'll be right there. And in 10 more years, I'll be right there. And so your life doesn't have any dynamics to it. Your life doesn't have any real serious choices. It's almost like you're living life on railroad tracks, or like in the example of the boat, the rudder's bolted down. Karma is a very prominent effect on your life. The next question might be, where would I see karma? How would I see it? Well, karma is your own personal power that has been moved into your subconscious, creating a consistent life experience. So we all have an immense amount of power, and here on earth, many of us have the majority of our power moved into our subconscious as karma. And when that happens, we have very low personal power. We don't have any power left to use. So if I observe society, powerless people, people who are laden with karma the most, would be homeless people, would be people who feel powerless, who play the victim role, who are at the mercy of other people's choices, where there's no personal power of their own. You can think of power as the ability to change the condition. So if your power is low, you have very little ability to change your condition. If the homeless is an example of people who have a lot of karma, where would I see powerful people with little karma? Where would I see those people in society? Well, if you've resolved a vast majority of your karma, your environment has little influence in your life. You can stay focused. Even in a storm of input, of distractions, you can stay focused and bring about the outcome that you want or choose. Power is ability to make a change. So where would I see people with prominent power and very little karma? These would be the movers and the shakers of society, the Gandhi, the Steve Jobs, the Richard Branson. These are people who have an idea of what can be, and they're so focused and intentional that they bring it about. Karma might not be an obvious thing to see within yourself, but when you observe society, you can see the effects of it. The nature of karma is always there 24/7. And when you understand the nature of karma and you see it in effect in society, then you can better understand how it's influencing you. Well, the next question might be, what can I do about it? What can I do about my karma? Well, your karma, in the simplest form, it's consciousness. Another way we could look at it is energy. Your karma is energy of your past, and it's been stored in your subconscious as energy. Well, what you can do about it is you can release it from your subconscious, and as you release your karma, your power goes up. as you release your karma, the probability of your future expands. You can't draw with any kind of specific accuracy where your life is going to be because you have choices and you have intuition and you have focus and resolve that you can bring it about. So what can I do about my karma? You can clean it up. You can clean it up to perfection, to purity, where the amount of karmic energy in your subconscious is so minimal and the amount of power in your consciousness is very strong and very prominent that you can create most anything you can dream of. So to clean your subconscious of the karmic energy in it is the thing itself. I would suggest it's the most powerful thing you can do to improve your life, to give yourself more choices, to live a more inspired and passionate life. So to clean your subconscious of the karmic energy in it is the root focus of the New Human Living platform. I very much suggest that you learn about karma and pay attention to its nature and become skilled at resolving the karma in your subconscious. So what can you do about it? You can do everything about it. But nothing will happen unless you set the intent and you follow it up with action. Your karma is there to be cleaned up if you so choose. And when you clean it up, then your life expands. And there's no limit to how far that life expansion can go. What can I expect when it comes to cleaning my karma? Well, you can expect it to take some time. Your karma will not be wiped out in one moment, one swoop, and poof, it's gone. For so many of us, we have an immense amount of karma. You can expect it to take some time. I suggest you get started. There's nothing to fret about here. Everybody resolves their karma eventually. The amount of time it takes for you to resolve your karma can vary immensely based on how much intention and attention you give it. When you go to resolve your karma, you're going to have unresolved energy in your subconscious. And to resolve it, you're going to give it your attention and intention. And when you do that, the feeling of the energy in your subconscious will make itself known. That feeling that was recorded in the moment that you accumulated the karma is the release mechanism itself. And so when you give that feeling your attention, you can release it. And the first few times you do this, it can feel a little awkward or different, but that's okay. Just know that the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll feel with it. And there's a point in the process where when you start to release your karma and you start making headway with how much energy you're releasing from your subconscious, that you really feel the effect that karma has had on your life. It's like you've been stuck in a particular genre. So there's a DVD store and you go in and there's thousands of genres of what your life could be, but you've been stuck in one DVD that's repetitive and fixed, just like that rudder being bolted down on the boat. As you free up your karma, the rudder becomes loose. Imagine pressing eject on the life story that you're living, the parts of it that you don't like, and returning the DVD and going into the DVD store and picking a completely different genre, something that's exciting and fun and adventurous for yourself. Well, that'd make all the difference in the world. To be able to change the genre, to change the life story you're living in the middle of the life that you're experiencing is the thing itself. To work on your karma and release it and clear it is the most powerful thing you can do, because when you release your karma, when it comes out of your subconscious, it moves back into your conscious space. And the more power you have in your conscious space, the more focused you can be no matter what's happening around you. And the more focused you can be no matter what the experience is, the more determined the outcome is, the more probable the outcome is. You actually move into the creator role of your life. So to work on your karma is a very, very powerful thing to do. No matter what your reason for it is, perhaps you're an athlete and you want to compete, or you're working in business and you want to expand the scope of your effect, or you're serving the community and you want to have a greater impact, working on your karma is a very powerful place to work. Well, the last question we're going to talk about is, where do I start? Well, in the simplest sense, having an understanding of the nature of karma is very helpful. When you can understand the mechanisms that move power into your subconscious and then moves it back out to release it, those mechanisms are the very core of our human experience. Where do I start? Learn the fundamentals of how karma behaves, how this conscious energy is the story itself. I wrote a book, Personal Power Fundamentals, that walks through the basic structure of our nature as powerful human beings. And a key aspect of that book was karma, because when we lose our power, we lose it to our own personal karma. So to understand this root mechanism, this core aspect of being a human, is very effective at helping you understand the choices that you're making and the condition of your life that you're experiencing, and you start to see the framework that has created this karmic experience for you. And once you have that clarity, you can go in and release the karma from your subconscious and clean it up and get a broader possibility for your life. You can get more power in your personal experience of life. You can have the inspiration of a dream for your life and have the power to make it happen. It's really a very exciting place to live life from. Once you sample that, once you taste that, there's no going back. Where do I start? New Human Living is about you, period. We don't want to make your choices. We don't want to tell you what to believe. We just want you to own your life. We just want you to understand your life, the karmic aspects of your life and the personal power aspects of your life. So we offer a support mechanism to help you on your journey. Once you get the knack of it and you get the majority of your power restored, go live your life. We don't want people to engage us unless there's an advantage to them. And there'll be a point in your life where we have nothing to offer you. But until that happens, we can help you with your karma, when we can help you with your personal power. And we're here to do just that, just as a support mechanism. In fact, we can't give you any power because you already have it. We can't give you the dreams of your life because they're inside of you. We can't tell you what choices to make because you need to decide what choices to make so you can be pure and authentic to who you really are, to the idea your soul has for this lifetime. So I suggest you go to New Human Living and engage the material there. Sign up for the newsletter. Sign up and follow us on the radio show. We're here to help you reclaim your power, period. So you can own your life in exactly the way you choose. Life is so much fun and so exciting when you open up the possibilities, when you loosen up that rudder and start making conscious choices about what genre you want to experience, what aspects of life you're the most attracted to. Do that. Follow your joy. Live life enjoying it. Enjoy the journey. The nice thing about life is you can experience a tremendous sense of enjoyment, and all through the journey. You can experience joy today and every day as you take this journey into yourself. Everything you need for a wonderful life is already in you now. And when you become conscious of that and you honor it and nurture it and grow it, then you will certainly have it. But if you have a lot of karma in your subconscious, the law of attraction is going to bring you whatever that karma is related to. and it'll be difficult for you to effect change. So to tend to your karma and release it and clear it out is the thing itself. That's the PowerPoint of becoming a wonderful, fulfilled, exciting, passionate human being. That's the nature of life. We're here to enjoy life, to master the art of being human. Well, I hope these questions and answers have helped you come to a better understanding of the nature of karma. New Human Living is here to help you reclaim your truth, to reclaim your power, to live a life that you enjoy.
This has been a New Human Living production. Presented to you by Les Jensen.